Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? So, as you can see here, we have a new design to continue working on. So the plan for today, I don't know why I keep looking over there. Camera's here. The plan for today is going to be, I'm going to put some color on this guy, at least the base coat of color. Base coat like a car. And then I'll probably do shading, flat colors. I might be able to get through lighting as well. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna try to do that. But first, I'm gonna start. Hey, Petite, what's going on? Before I get to that, I'm gonna do some gesture drawing. Yeah, just to get a warm up in, because I don't want to just do colors today. It's not really good for character design in particular. So, Petite, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything has been smooth as it can be for your week. Alright, so we're going to get into that in a second. I'm going to do a few gestures. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I guess I'll do 2K. Alrighty. Let me put that off to the side. Let's get the gestures up. Select the folder. Cool. Alright, sorry, 1 second. I've been doing pretty good. I'm a little happier this week. My pup's doing better. He was real sick for the past week. So he had an infection, a poor little guy. So I'm happy that he's doing better, and that's all I really cared about. Sorry, there's gonna be a little bit of noise. I just have to put on my little desk AC. It's just too warm in here. It feels good. Okay. So I'm going to do actually I'll put it down to 10. Alright, so this will be 15 minutes of gestures. Yeah, I'll do 10. Don't be lazy. Alrighty. So, one thing that's pretty cool is my art instructor has actually told me that my gestures are like professional level, basically. He said that they are top shelf, which I'm assuming means that they're at like professional level. Yeah, I can get maxing on stream for a bit. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. He doesn't really, sometimes he doesn't like being picked up, so we'll have to see, but yeah, I'll get him on stream at the end. Yeah. But yes, what I was saying. So, yeah, my instructor said that my gestures are like basically at like a professional level, which is like really encouraging to hear. There's just like a disconnect between my gestures and like the actual characters that I draw, because my characters come out really stiff. So what I'm going to end up doing with these gestures is I'm going to pick a few that I like, and I'll probably do the anatomy of those gestures. I'll do that at the end, so if you don't feel like sticking around to watch me do that, you don't have to, but I'm doing that so that I can post it up for the feedback this upcoming weekend. But yeah, I'll definitely see if I can get Max on screen for a bit. I think I've plopped him up on screen once before, so we'll see. We'll see if he's in the mood. All right. So first gesture is one of the hardest ones, which is always lovely. very foreshortened gesture right here. Alright, so this is also super foreshortened too. It's almost a fisheye lens here. This came out okay, but the foreshortening on this one is not good. Yeah. Oh, no time to think about it. Go to the next one. I saw that you have a question about force theory. Give me 1 second. Once I'm finished with this gesture, I'll pause, and then I will answer your question. Alrighty, let's pause that. Do you know about Force Theory by Michael Matesi? I don't know how to say that last name, but his Friday streams help me a lot, making my gestures more smooth. So I know of Force Theory, but I think I talked about this like 2 videos ago. I haven't done too much research into it. The reason for that is because I think that force theory is very, very related to opposing curves theory. So opposing curves theory basically states that you don't want to have curves in a body that go like this. Instead, what you want is to have curves that go like this. So it gives you this like fluidity in your drawing. From what I've seen of force theory, it's very, very similar, and it goes like, for instance, in this drawing here. So I have the face here, and it goes into the torso, which we can't really see, but then it wraps back around and up. So you get this like going on. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably, Petita, I appreciate you saying that, because I probably could use a little bit, just because my gestures are decent, right? Doesn't mean I can't use all the insight that I can get, because like my actual characters struggle. So I'll look into it. Alrighty, next one. This is a nice standing pose from Mark himself, actually. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I really need to work on my hips, because my hip anatomy is really bad. Let me see how this one would be doing. Somewhat the same, I think. Oops, that one's done. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, so the head right here. This one, that's not right. Talked about the feedback I got from my instructor about my gesture drawings, and I have been doing horrible with my gestures this entire time. Guess that's what happens. Alright. Oops. Let's do. Ooh, I messed up those hips really, really bad. I'm gonna actually pause this just for a second because I need to redo that. Wow, I can't believe I messed those hips up that badly. Okay, it's still not right. Sorry, I see your question. Just give me 1 second, because if I don't correct this, it's gonna drive me insane. Alright, so we get here to here, and then here to here. And this is actually the side, and it's almost straight. And this is the front. So we get this here for the leg, and then this here for the other leg, and then here. It's a really good thing that I added these gestures because I needed it. What kind of tablet do I use? So I use two. I have what is it? I think it's like 12.7 inch or whatever it is iPad. That I like to use when I am just laying in bed and doing some studies and stuff like that. The tablet that I am currently using is the Huion Canvas Pro 16 2.5K. This is like drawing on a giant iPad. It's fantastic. I'm gonna do a review of this tablet I'll probably do it in 2 weeks. So not this upcoming weekend, but the following one. I'll do a review on this tablet and post it as a YouTube video, because this tablet, I don't like to do those reviews. Like I just don't see the purpose in doing reviews of something when you just open it up out of the box and use it. Hey, Eddie Comics, welcome. And the reason for that is because how do you actually know if it's good? You're just using it one time. I mean, and for me, like this is only the third, I mean that's a lot still, but it's only the third like graphics tablet that I've ever had, or display tablet. So to me it doesn't really feel like I've had enough time with it until I've done it for like used it for at least a month, because at that point I've gotten in probably 5 you know, more than that, probably like 30-ish hours, 40-ish hours, somewhere in that range. Do I do anything traditional, inks or pencilings? Yes, actually. I primarily work digital, just because it does speed up workflow overall, but yeah, I have plenty of like, I mean, I don't know how well you can see it. Let me look up here, because I can't like see myself on screen. But some of the stuff that you see in the back are some of the drawings that I've done in the past. Like this Ichigo drawing over here I did probably 3 years ago. This one I did 4 years ago. That one's 4 years ago as well. And you can't see this over here, but I have another one that I did 2.5 years ago. But yeah, I mean, to me there's no difference in a traditional, just because it's the only difference that I find is that I can draw quicker or do things more quickly on a digital space, just because you don't have to worry about the issues of inking and things like that, and having to restart and thinking about using a light box and all that stuff. You just kind of go. There is negatives to it though, because you start to be a perfectionist. Do I have other accounts where I post my art? To be honest with you, I've been doing an absolutely horrible job posting art. If you look in the overlay, it's probably really tiny. I probably need to make it bigger. There's my Instagram on there. I'm going to start really soon posting on Instagram, like probably at least twice a week. I've been kind of just trying to stockpile stuff for me to post. I'm kind of self-conscious about my art, like doing live streams and stuff like that. I've gotten used to it at this point, but doing live streams has always been a little bit nerve-wracking for me because of that. Alrighty, so this one is finished, and this is a good one for me to overlay some anatomy on, actually, later on, because now, after I took my time to do it, it is well constructed. Oh, another good standing pose. Let's see here. It's not quite right. This one's coming out a little stiff. I'm not really a fan. Yeah, that one's probably one of my worst gestures I've done in months. Alright. Get the shoulder here. And a this and this here. This leg goes outwards to here, and this one creates the balance by coming in here. Oh no! Ran out of space. This is not correct. Comes in like that. And this arm goes here. This one here, and that one goes in the back. Ooh, a running pose. I don't think I've done a running pose yet. Alright, so we get this. Let's do the hips before I get too invested in the arms. I need to shrink this, so let's do that really fast. Go back to the pencil. This leg comes here and drops slightly in front. And this one this arm goes back, and I think this one's forward. Next. Oh no! Okay, here it goes. Oh, no, that is not the way the hips are going. The hips are actually bent inwards. And the leg comes in like that, and that one goes in this way. Then we get the shoulder. And this shoulder here. And the hand peeks over the side. The head's tilted a little more than what I have. The head is tilted like this. Guys, I hate to do this to you, but after I finish the gesture drawings, I have got to run to the bathroom. So I will have to BRB right after. I don't know if this is the last one or if I have one more after, but I'm going to have to. I shouldn't say guys, I should just say y'all, or everybody, or peeps. But definitely, why do I keep doing that? I really do need to work on my hips, because they are a problem area for me. Just kind of making up how the legs go because you can't really see them. Jeez, this one's rough, man. This is a bad gesture day for me. Yeah, that one did. But I also do like, and jeez, I do like in general having like this shape, and then I refine it like as I go. But it's just a I don't know, just a fun way to do the legs, because really what I'm trying to accentuate is this shape, and I like to take that part of it and squeeze it down even more, and I also like to curve it in the direction that the leg is going, so it has that fluidity. So like, for instance, the reason why I took a little more time on it because I needed to, but the reason why I like this gesture the most out of this bunch, let me see something here. Oops. Is it this one? Yep, there we go. So the reason why I probably like this one the most, or the second most, probably the most out of this bunch, is because it just has a very organic looking flow to it, like throughout. Like the head is facing that way, the rib cage is facing this way, the pelvis is facing more towards us, and then you get this for both of the leg shapes, and then in the arm I probably could have did a better job. The arm needed to be probably like this, but then you get it again here, right? But yeah, the legs, I mean, they're much thicker. Like these ones definitely, these ones here, they're much thicker, but I don't know, I'm trying to exaggerate it. It's one of the thickest parts of the body, the human body. So I am really sorry. I will be right back. At the end of the stream, I'm going to take this gesture, this gesture, and this gesture, and add an actual like anatomy on top of it. I'm going to use those as the base and add some more on top. But I will BRB. Sorry. Alrighty, sorry about that, I am back. So now we can start doing some of the real work here. Alright, so we're going to take this guy. First things first, I'm going to shrink him a little bit. Just a little bit. Or, you know what, I probably shouldn't do that. I'm going to expand the canvas a bit. I'll just make it slightly taller. Perfect. Alrighty. So, we have this guy. All of my inking is done. So, what we'll do is we're going to go through and I'm going to do the, I like to do a very quick gray over top of everything, because then you can put a mask on it and it makes the coloring much easier. So let's see if this will do a decent job. Alrighty. Sometimes this works well and sometimes it does not. Oops, that's not what I wanted. See if there's any other little crevices. Is there any other ones? Nope, I think we're good. And okay, so there's just a couple little spots in here that I need to fill, so we'll do that really fast. Alrighty, any other concerns? Can probably do that and this as well. And the last thing is this one. Alrighty, I think everything else is in really good shape. Yep, that all looks good to me. Alright, let me plot. Let me back out a little bit here. That's not what I wanted. Also not what I wanted. Here it goes. Alright. So I'm going to take from this stuff because I already chose colors. So this is the main color that I'll be using. I'm probably going to lighten that up quite a bit. Alright. So yeah, this is the reason why I like doing what I just did, because now I can duplicate the layer and lock it, and now I need to put things on my buttons. Okay. So now I can go through and just select certain parts, like here. Oops, forgot to hold down the shift key. there any other parts that I want to have that color? Probably this. Oh, you know what? Nope, not that. I will want this whole thing to have that color with the exclusion, actually, of this circle. Alright. Let's start there. So, boom. Alright. Alright, so what I'm also going to do is, because all of this, you don't want all of it to be this saturated. Well, it's not too saturated, but I want to concentrate the saturation in specific areas that I want to guide the eye. And I'm sure more things will be blue as I go. But I'm going to desaturate certain parts. Let's go to the cube brush. So I'm going to desaturate these over here. And I'm going to also desaturate this. And I'm actually going to add a bit more saturation to the ones on the head, because I really want people to look there. It's the main attraction, right, is the face. Everything else is secondary to the face. Alright, so those are good to go. So now we can go ahead and do some skin tone. So that's good to go there. You know what, I can probably just, let's just take all of this here and this here. And I can zoom in. Take this part. This part. Might as well just select all of this, and then I can yeah, that's fine. Alright, ears. Cool. Alright, there is no more skin besides the hand. Alrighty. Let's get rid of this whole section there. Is there any other part? Yeah, right here. Can delete that. Alright, so let's get a good skin tone. So I'm going to actually work with the colors I have up here to give me a skin tone. Let's go with that. Oops. Sorry. I think it's this button. Nope. Oh. What happened? Okay. So, probably need to add a bit more red and maybe slightly more saturation. There we go. That's a good color. Alright. So let me back out a bit. Alright. So we have that. What color should I do next? Alright, so yeah, let's get this orange in, which is going to be the pants. Alrighty. And you know what? I can use the selection tool for this stuff in here. Cool. Alright, I think that'll be good for the pants. So let's take this and can probably tone it down just a bit. Alright, so we got a decent base color for the pants. Let me just get some of this extra stuff in here. So yeah, this is what I have for the pants now. We're gonna go ahead and also do. We'll probably want to do the shoes. I think the same color. So here, let me actually go back to the wand tool or the lasso tool. Alright. Alright. But what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to go back and do what I did up here. I need to pull back on saturation at the shoes. And the reason for that is because, one, this is a very, like, orange is a color and red is a color that demands a lot of attention. We don't want attention at the feet. We want attention up towards the head. The more you do in order to get that stuff going in that direction, the better off your image will be. And this is something that if I don't know which careers y'all would like to be in at any given point in time, but this is something that professionals across the industries would do, or should be doing at the very least. It's a little too dark, I think. Here, let me color pick. I'll do this. I'm gonna use a soft brush to get a good. There it goes. And I can probably do a color pick here and increase the intensity a little bit so that you get this nice gradation going upwards. And you can kind of like, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to pull the attention up. Like in a second, I'm going to do the mask, and those are going to be some of the most saturated colors in the entirety of this piece. So next we can do, I don't even know what, I could probably just do a wand tool, refer all layers. Yeah, I don't know what color I want to do this cape. Do I do probably blue, actually? Yeah, I'll do blue. Do this and pull it. Alright. So, and this gives me another opportunity to do what I just did, right? So I can pull his saturation up, and as it gets closer to his head, it gets more and more saturated. Then it dulls back. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, so the fur, I'll probably have the fur be a very, very diluted version of this blue, almost geared towards like a white color. You know what, I can probably just do refer to editing layer for this. And the reason for that is because I want it to look white but still have a slight tinge of blue to it, because it's like an ice character, ice-based character, so I want it to look kind of cold, right? The whole image, I want it to be fairly cool. So what was I gonna do? Let's go to the lasso tool. I want to get rid of that. And get rid of that and that. Cool. So we'll color that in. That's too blue, in my opinion. Alright, so we'll go with that. And up here, we'll do the same thing. So if I'm going to saturate just a tinge more. Alright, so I'm going to look up a quick reference for this because I want to make sure I get the general colors of the mask correct. Alright, so I was right. Alright. So this is what I'm going to end up doing with the mask. I'm not sure if I'll get there tonight. But I'm going to end up making this gold just to draw all the attention to the face. All right. All right, so we got that. This is going to be a very vibrant blue. And I'm going to color pick here, but I'm going to actually make it even more saturated than what's there. And this is also going to, those eyes are going to glow quite a bit. And then this and here, whoops, this here is going to be this color up here. Even more saturated. I'm probably going to pull it toward yellow a little bit more. All right. And the mask in here is going to be silver. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make that gold as well. Actually, let me make that gold in there. These little slots in there I'll end up shading a lot to make it seem black almost. And the same in here too. Probably should do this piece and the other piece now though. Really dark. Alright. So let's back out just a bit. See what we've got. Cool. So I think we have a good gradient. Alright, his gun. I'm gonna make this part of his gun probably do that a golden color as well, but I'm gonna make it less saturated than the mask, so I'll keep it there. This color here, this part of the thing here, oops, sorry if you've been commenting. Okay. I'm gonna make this part of his gun might do I'm gonna probably do this mostly blue, and I'm gonna make it a darker blue though and less saturated. Don't really like that. It's a little too dark, I think. Let's go here maybe. It's a little better. And I'm gonna also add some orange in it. Give me 1 second. Just looking up a reference. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm going to pull this more towards orange, make it brighter, and add. I'm going to add a stripe here. And then I'm going to actually take this half of the gun and make it slightly off-white. And then I'll pull back, refer to all layers. And I'm going to actually make this slightly white too in here. And then blue, and then white again. So the reason for that is because of how oops, where did that go? Oh no, I don't know what I did with that. Yeah, I have no idea where I put that vector. Oh well. But this is a Malawan style gun that I'm trying to go for. If you're a Borderlands fan, you know what that is, but it has a specific kind of color tone to it typically, which is what I replicated here, or tried to replicate, I should say. I actually might switch it up just a bit. I might take this part here and make it the this blue color over here, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna do it that way. Let me color pick this really fast. And then I can go back, color pick this gray, put that in between. Alright, and then the rest of this can also be white. Alrighty, so we got that in. Inside the gun, I'll just make this part in here like black almost, or at least a very dark color. Let's do this. Let's go here, and then I'm gonna make this piece a similar color, not as saturated, but make it a similar color to the eyes there. I do need to clean this up in here. Alrighty. Okay, so we have that. I don't know where that layer went. That's so odd. I didn't delete it. I worked hard on that. That's a pain in the butt. Oh well. Maybe this is it? Nope. Oops. Okay. I'll find it later. So this is a character that is going to be used for my portfolio. I'm actually going to apply for a job with Gearbox. So I'm doing this because this is a Gearbox character from Borderlands. So. But I also like Petite. I am in a course right now where I get feedback from. I'm sure that you've seen, if you're an artist on here, you know who Mark Brunet is, but that's who my instructor is. I'm in his feedback portion of his courses. So yeah, I do these kinds of projects so that he can critique it, and then I cater them to whatever he says because he knows more than me, way more than me. I think it's also good practice for the job in general too, if I ever to get it. Alrighty. So we are almost done with the flats here. Let's maybe get yeah, it is. It's always good. I'm doing the best that I can to do as much as I can so that I can get a portfolio ready. I don't know if I'll be in the realm of being hired once I'm finished. I might have to do another round of his feedback, but I know I'm getting there. I'm getting closer. Alright. Let me get this in as well. One second, everybody. Sorry about that. Had some stuff going on. Alright. Alright, so we got that. Cool. Then we get this in as well. Alrighty. So I got all the bits that I want to make. Oh, no, not all of them. This is why I like to use the lasso tool now. It's just ridiculous. Alright. So we got all that, all this. Alright, so now I have all of the bits that I'm going to make a silver color besides this. Alrighty. So we can make this a lighter gray. Alright. So that piece is donezo. Oops, I forgot to correct that before I went ahead and did what I did. That's alright. Just quickly go back over. Alright, and then I can do just like this color. Oops, I don't want it to be that saturated though. For here. Alright, so we got all that. Cool. Okie dokie. So we got all of those in. Almost done here with the flats, and then we can do shading. I'm gonna steal this color down here and add some red to it and put it up here. Okie dokie. Alright, so now we'll go back through and do these lighter details of these like eyes that I have as like a little bit of a motif throughout, and make it a little more dull. Alright, put it in here as well. And then I can take this color here, hit that up, dull it a little bit, and then in here as well. For those of you who are still sticking around, I appreciate you sticking around the whole time, or this whole time I should say. Hopefully you're learning something, or at least getting something out of it. let's get this. Okie dokie. So put that in there. And this is a, oops, no. Alright. And I can make the belt this color here. And continue this color. All right. Let me quickly go through here as well. Have any other? I don't see anything else. This stuff can go. Cool. Almost done, almost. Flats take a while, but probably just use the wand tool. Yeah, I got most of that. Cool. Alright, let me back out and see what else we have left. Alright, I just have some stuff to do on the staff, I believe, and we're pretty much done after that. Alright. What color do I want to make this? Let's do the yellow. Alright, let's get it all the rich color and then, oops, is that what I wanted? Probably like this. Okay. Alright, and then have this last little bit here. I hate that so much. There it goes. Oh, actually, you know what? It'll be better if I use the little loop dude. Alright, and I'm just going to copy and paste this color, and then I'm going to take this and dull it out just a bit, and alright, and the inside of the staff can be do I dare try the orange? Let's see. Don't hate it, but I don't love it. Let's maybe try this. Let's go with a more saturated blue. Maybe less saturated blue. Yeah, I like that better. Alrighty. So that is overall. I'm not going to worry too much about like the laces and stuff. I'm just going to color this in for now. I guess I can maybe not be lazy. And the last thing I will do is darken up these little spots in here. Alright. I am pretty happy with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now, you're not going to see this for a little bit. You're going to watch me do just shading. So this is what I would recommend for people if you want to do your shading. So I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to plop it up here above. And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to actually make it white. Let me do this. Alrighty. So it's white, and now I will do multiply. Alright, so now we have that layer. And that's going to be my shading layer. Thanks, Petite. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not looking too bad so far. Not looking too bad. Alright, so for the shading layer, I like to use like a dark blue color for my shading. And that's just because you want to do like a cool and warm dynamic for your drawings. So you'll see when I do the lighting, excuse me, almost burped. The lighting will be a little bit more of a yellow color, and that'll bring out the warmth, and you'll get this nice little gradient between the two. You'll see as I get there. When doing shading, you want to start off with the overall stuff. So I'm going to have, I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm going to have the lighting coming from here. Actually, you know what? Let's do top-down lighting. I haven't done that before. So I'm going to have a top-down lighting. See how this ends up looking. Do I want to do that, though? Nah. I don't like that. It's too two-dimensional. Yeah, let's do the lighting coming from like up here down. So you're gonna get a lot of shade on this side. A lot of shade of the cape right in here. From here to here, so this side. And then here, all of this is going to be in the shade as well. Here. All of this. The underside here. All of that's going to be pretty dark. The chain, cast a shadow, that'll cast a shadow. The head. So one thing I hope y'all are noticing is I'm not zooming in and out, right? I'm keeping it kind of pulled out for now. And that's because if you start zooming in, you're going to start doing details. And you don't want to do details in the beginning. You go from bigger things to smaller things. And that will help balance your drawing out and allow for a more consistent looking drawing overall. So with it coming from here down, I'm going to do a quick like swiping gradation down in here, just because this part's going to be a little bit more in the shadow. Let's get this going right. All right. I would say overall, I'll do that in a second. I would say overall this isn't too bad right now. So now I can zoom in just a bit, a little too far in, and do some of the medium details now. So I'm gonna go through, and these things that are supposed to be round, just make them look even more round. Can start to do some stuff in here as well. This is probably going to be mostly in the shade because of his head. It's going to be even darker in here. This is definitely going to be dark in here. I just haven't gotten to it yet. These are going to be darker. Alright, so keep going with the medium details. See, now I think that I'm not doing good on the medium because I'm using too small of a brush. So I have to pull back just a bit. use a slightly bigger brush. All that is in the shade. This is there. Okay. How am I feeling about this so far? Probably do in here. The one thing I'm also thinking about is the body is just a cylinder, right? That's how you want to think about it at first. The body as a whole is just a cylinder, and then as you start to refine, you want to, look more into it. Should have taken that off earlier, but you want to look more into the finer details. So have I accomplished that the body is a cylinder yet? I would say if you zoom way out, not really, right? You get kind of the feel, but not so much. That means I need to do a better job on my bigger details. So I'm going to zoom back out. Need to make the arm a cylinder, and then in order to make the body a cylinder, I'm just going to do a quick sweeping right there, and that should help out quite a bit. We'll zoom back out, and yes, it did. So, and that didn't mess up any of the medium details, right? So that's important too. Alright, so now I'm going to actually go into the smaller stuff, and then I'll be pretty much done with shading, and then it's not too late, I'll do some lighting as well. And then the piece will pretty much be finished after I do the lighting. There's some polished stuff that I want to do. So now this is when I'm going to start doing some of these folds a little bit more. Making sure like I'm making them pretty dark. This needs to have some overall shading to it over here. Not really, Petite. Like, there's no real deadline. I'm kind of working on my own timeline. I want to try to get a piece done every, like, a portfolio piece done every, like, maybe 2 weeks. I have to have it ready just for, as ready as I can for Sunday. That's when the feedback sessions are. So that's kind of my goal, but it doesn't have to be finished by Sunday, right? It just has to be done enough for me to get feedback from it. And it already was previously, even before doing the line work and stuff like that, so... Alrighty. So really this is probably in here some of the darker spots of the entire drawing. So I want to make sure, just because of how, like, there's a lot of crevices in here where light's not going to be able to escape back to our eye. So I want to make sure that my drawing reflects that. Alrighty. This is not good in here, so I want to make sure that I get this done. Let me save just in case. Okay. This needs to be dark too, so does this and this. This actually can be even darker than it currently is. Alright, so come in and do some more of these smaller details. Really making sure. I'm probably going to zoom in on the face and make sure I get all these things really good, because we want the most detail in the face. Let's get in there and there. There's a bit of a transition here and here that I want to make sure that we get. This up here. All right. Alrighty. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, I'm just going to do a few more of the details within the staff itself. And it's, by details, I mean I'm just going to do some quick stuff here. Alright. Alright, so now what's cool about this method is I just turn on the color and boom. We have, you know, a semi-finished looking painting now. I just find that awesome. I don't know why. So, what this is missing still is just the lighting, because right now it kind of just looks like, I don't know, it looks kind of two-toned. So that's what I'm getting ready to add. I'm gonna add the lighting now. The layer that I like to use for lighting is the hard light layer. So, and this is how I'm gonna do this. Alright. So now I'm gonna go into like a, just because I use the blue like in this range, so for the light I want to use something that's kind of the opposite of the spectrum, which is going to be orange. I just use a soft brush, and now I'm gonna go through and just add some light. So just like I did before, you start off with like some of the bigger details. Is that showing through? Yes, okay. Alright, so start off with some of the bigger details in here. The light's gonna hit in here, down, here. This is actually going to be, actually let me not get ahead of myself here. We'll do metal and stuff in a bit. Because there's a pretty specific way that you want to do metals. Alrighty. Alright, so now I'm going to go through and for these like metal pieces in here, I'm going to really like work on making those pop even more, especially along the edges. I could probably even, let's do it this way. Alright, so I'm going to go through and hit these edges. Oops. As best as I can here. This part's not going to really have too much. This I can hit here. Here, all that's in the darkness. Here, here, here. Alright, so we got that in. I'm gonna back out again. Alright, so let's hit that up. Alright, one thing that I am noticing is the colors with the shading look a little bit muddied. There's a couple of ways to kind of combat that. The first way is I can up the saturation, and that already looks a little better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That doesn't look as muddy to me. Alright, let me see here. Oops. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some light hitting here. None over there, really. Alrighty. Alright, so now that I've gotten that down, the next thing that we'll do is we'll go back in with a even darker color. Let's do this, and we're going to line this like that. Let me think here. I don't think that we're going to get too much here. This section probably not so much, and the reason for that is because it's painted. But like all these chains, if I can talk, will need that kind of treatment there. And I'm gonna have to go back up for the mask and make it really gold, but we're getting there, Alright. Alright. Alright, so now time for the oops. Let's get this one in too. It's time for the mask. Alright, because I want to make this look really, really gold. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I love doing this stuff. Alright, so first let's get the light. So I'm actually going to take this color because it's already a pretty bright color. Here. and we're going to take this like that. Alright, I'm even going to do it on his chest just a bit. Alright, so that should get the job done there. Maybe even brighter. Alright. And now we go back for the multiply. Alright, one thing that I want to do really fast is go back into the hard light and try to smooth this out just a bit, because right now it's not as smooth of a transition as I would like. It's looking kind of wrinkly. And I can go in here and I'm going to blend this just a bit. Alrighty. Alright, let's pop back out. We have that now. And now I'm going to go here and give this kind of the same treatment. Gotta go into brush first though. Alrighty. Oh, I did forget to do some light for the pants to make the folds look a little better. Let's go back to orange. So let's do here. Do here. Alright, I'm just gonna do a general sweep here. And now I'm gonna blend it just a bit because it's a little too yellow for my taste. Alright, I guess one more area to do is the arm here. And alright, So one last thing that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to probably jump off. I know I said I was going to do some anatomy stuff, but I've decided not to. Is I'm going to add a little bit of red to this character's certain spots, just to show some like blood circulation and blood flow. Because right now his skin's looking just a little dead. I think that should probably liven him up just a bit. Alright. I'm gonna have to work on that space up there just a bit because it looks kind of goofy to me right now. But I'm pretty happy with everything else. I can probably shade the gun just a bit better, and then I'll go get Max. If Petite, if you're still around. But I'll go get Max real fast as well, so that y'all can see the pup. So some of this stuff down in here could probably use a bit of noise. Just to show that it's like fur. Yeah. And oops. Let me zoom in just a bit. And see what I can do here. I'll figure that out later. I can do details at another time. But yeah, I'm going to say that this is probably it for now. Let me do something really fast. I guess it doesn't matter. Since he's pretty bright, let's go pretty dark and put this in the background. Oops. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. It came out pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to work on details and stuff at another time. Let me zoom in here for a second though, because there's a lot of stuff in here that does not need to be here. But once I'm done with the details, I'll be sure to post it on social media and stuff like that so y'all can see. But this is pretty much the finished piece. Yep. I'm gonna add some like glow to the eyes and stuff like that too, just to add to some of the concentration of the face. Brings us back to there. But yeah, this is pretty much it for now. Let me go get Max, because I know that we wanted a Max reveal. So give me 1 second, I'll go get the pup, and then we will finish up the stream. Alright, give me 1 second because I can't see my face, so I don't know if the dog is on or not. Alright, so this is Max. He's a tiny little guy, but he's a good little man's. He's feeling much better. But yeah, so that is him. I appreciate Petite and Eddie. I appreciate y'all staying around for the very end. It was a fun stream, very productive stream as well. So I appreciate all your support. And I don't know, I'll probably stream again on Thursday if y'all want to jump on Thursday to kind of see the finishing product and stuff like that, but two, just to hang out again. Yep. Yeah, Max is a cute little guy. Alright, everybody, I'm going to jump off. Again, I appreciate y'all staying to the end. Like I said, I'll stream again probably Thursday. I might even do a stream Friday as well. I'm not sure. But hope y'all have a great rest of your night, and I will see you again very soon. Alright. Peace out.